to a grab I want to play. It's a radio grab, an audio grab of a pretty tough call that I heard this morning on Radio 2GB, 4BC, 3AW. It goes right around the border. Farmer in Burke. This is the human face of the drought, or the human voice of the drought. Let's have a listen.
Mate, I'm calling because at the last election I voted for Scott Morrison. I voted for him because I thought he was our hope. I'm out here in the back of Burke, mate. Our river's going to be dry at the end of December. I got 4 kids and 3 of them have moved away because we've got no hope out here. Now, we're a tough mob out here, Alan. We're a real tough mob. We put up with drought and we put up with dust storms, but we always have hope. Now, I'm an old football coach like you, and when I used to coach sides and we'd get beat, I'd say, no worry, fellas. You know, next time we play them, we're going to do this. But we got no hope, mate. They're not giving us hope. Scott's not saying to us, he's not saying, listen, we're going to build a weir. We're going to build a dam. Don't worry, when it rains, we know it'll rain. We've lived out here for a bloody 150 years, mate. We know it's going to rain. But what's going to happen when it rains? Are we going to be back in this situation? Give us some bloody hope, Scott. My town is dying. The country's dying, and you're not giving us hope. I've got a son that lives in Ballina. He rings me up. I said, when you coming home, mate? When you coming home to see me and Mum, mate? And he said, why, Dad? Why? He said, why? There's nothing out there.
Right, you're the only elected politician here on the panel, Bernie. I grew up in the Mallee. As tough as that Burke country is, it's very marginal farming land. That breaks my heart. But it's farming land that there will eventually be rain. They just need water storages. Yep. In this great state of Victoria, they're not building dams.
No.
We're slow to build them. They talk about them in New South Wales. They're not building them. In Queensland's driven by Greens politics. When can politicians bloody well get their act together and do what the people elect them to do?
Well, I can tell you one thing, that as long as we have Daniel Andrews as Premier of Victoria, we won't have a dam built. That is absolutely guaranteed. But I would hope that Scott Morrison will listen to what that guy was saying, and I can very much relate to what he was saying because I went through, as the son of a dairy farmer, I went through a similar thing as a child, and it had a major impact on me. And shooting the cows, putting them in a pit, burying them on the farm, you know, it was just dreadful. And the farmers do need help. Clearly need help, and I'm hoping that Scott Morrison will listen. But we do need dams because it will rain. Daniel Andrews says building dams won't make it rain, but the water will disappear if we don't have dams when it does rain. I mean, what is wrong with the man?
Rebecca, are the quiet Australians going to have to get really noisy to get heard here?
Yeah, I don't understand. I really think that was such a plea from the heart, and I hope that Scott Morrison's ministers and the Prime Minister do get on the front foot now, because I do know that they have allocated the money. And I do understand, of course, that every time we try to build a dam anywhere, there's always a green activist who wants to say, oh, no, we couldn't possibly build it there. There's a frog or a butterfly or a flower that, you know, has to be preserved. But we have got to get on, and even when in New South Wales, we have talked for decades now about just raising the height of the wall for the Warragamba Dam, which means that when it rains, more water can be collected. And the activists object even to that. I mean, this foolish woman in Victoria, the minister there, saying, oh, well, all the good spots for dams have been taken. Well, fine, make the dam walls higher and you will collect more water there. So I think the message I heard from that farmer is give us hope. And I absolutely think the government needs to get on the front foot and first give hope and then follow through with action.